Okay, so we've just done another dive deeper, this time on the subject of clean feedback. So what happened?
Well, we started off really by finding out why people were here, and really we know that feedback's so important. If you want to create a organizational culture, a feedback culture, place where people are continuously learning from one another, then people need to know how to deliver a feedback message that really, really lands. We all know what we want to say, but I think the fear often is not knowing how to say it in a way that's not going to kind of damage relationships, how to say it in a way that's really going to help people to know what they need to do differently to change that little bit of behaviour. So we started off with that, and then we taught them the clean feedback model, which separates out clean feedback or the message into evidence, inference, and impact, and saying how important it is to start with evidence. So something that you've both seen or heard, you're starting from a point of agreement, and then you can kind of share your different inferences, and you can own your inferences and discuss the kind of impact that it's had on you. The clean feedback model then looks at what worked well, what hasn't worked so well, and what could be different or better. We kind of concluded the session with getting people to think about what they were now going to do differently or better when giving feedback.
So this is a model that's coming from Caitlin Walker and
Yeah.
her sort of systemic modelling approaches. What kinds of things were participants getting from the session today?
I think there's a real learning around, there doesn't have to be a hierarchy when giving feedback. I think that puts people off. Actually, we just genuinely want we want the best for people. We want people to learn from one another. And we want people talked about
jumbo jet going over you then or something. Yeah.
Like giving feedback to somebody like they're a friend, and explaining to them, I'm giving you this feedback because I want the best for you. We're working on the same project together. I want it to be as good as it can be. And giving it with love and compassion, and making sure that there is a relationship and a connection to the other person, and not only finding out if they want feedback, but what kind of feedback that they want. Somebody else was also talking about the vibes, making sure that the vibes are right. It's a feeling whether you're in a good state to give feedback and whether the other person is in a good state to receive feedback. And we looked at that kind of state management of when we're giving and receiving feedback at our best.
We've got another one on the 30th of June from 9 till 12 British summer time on the subject of feedback. And then we're running 2 more in July, leading at your best, and then change when we go back to school in September. What kinds of things will participants discover in these dive deeper sessions?
Well, we've called them dive deeper because they're longer. In this modern busy world, we often just go to the headline events, theoretical events. These events are dive deeper events. You get the opportunity to really learn, understand, and come up with actions and things you're going to do differently. So come along in July to find out more about you as a leader. Come along in September if you want to find out more about how you can make changes when things around you all seem to be staying the same.
And let's be really clear, you and me are not putting ourselves up as experts in these sessions. It's really a participatory event where we're hoping to hear from everybody in the group and learn from everybody's experiences.
We learn from everyone's experience. We have all sorts of different participants from all over the world. And there's that thing about creative thinking, learning from other people's worlds and how they do things, and that cross-pollination of ideas. We're not presenting ourselves as experts. We're holding a space where everyone can share their knowledge and their learning and their own expertise and learn from one another to get better at things.
And one of the things that I really love, like you said, that cross-pollination, but it's the variety of people that come to these events. So we really are learning and hearing from such diverse people, which creates a really rich environment.
Yeah, it's great. Come along and join our next Dive Deeper sessions.
All right, see you then.